All right, so we're at a new job site, service call. Not something I installed. It's old. It's been around for probably 10 years at least. I already know that it has an 8. It's what would be considered an Apollo 1551 kit, which includes an 835 circuit board and an 816 control arm. I know this because I asked the customer to send me photos of what he had before I showed up on site. So we pulled up, and I see it's pretty congruent. I'm expecting that we're going to need to replace the circuit board because in the photo I could tell it had the processor that is it has the processor that is plugged into the circuit board, not soldered on, and they were not incredibly dependable because the little aluminum connections on the little processor, when it plugged in the socket, sometimes they would corrode and they create issues. And given its age, being 10 or 12 years old, we'll confirm in a second, I suspect the motor inside the 816 actuator is probably faulty, meaning it's probably shorting voltage to ground. I've run into this a lot. When they get that old, they tend to have some bad shorts. I keep those parts in stock. It's not a problem. However, it is rare to ever encounter anybody who can replace the motor in an 816 arm in the field. I can do that for you. All right, let's see what we got here. Definitely the old style arm, old style actuator. Oh, what's he got here? A screw. Bam. 835 control board. This is the processor, and it plugs into a socket. It was not prone to being very reliable. A exit probe sensor. It's AC charged. Got a good battery in there. That's what I like to see. Oh, let's see if I can confirm my suspicions here. We'll take some readings off of this actuator, see if the motor has a short. If it does, then we'll replace the actual motor internal to that actuator, and then we'll check all the, well, I will fully diagnose that circuit board, checking all the voltages to all the inputs and confirm my suspicions to see whether or not we need to replace it. And let's get this guy up and happy. All right, so this was a perfect example of a good tech never assumes they're always right. So the solution out here was so simple. It turned out it didn't need a new circuit board. It did not need a new motor. Yes, those are the things I expected from experience. But integrity is everything. And so if the solution is just a service call over parts, you choose the service call. The stop jumper from the factory on the board, it's just a little plastic jumper, right, with aluminum connection. It was oxidized, and so the board wasn't seeing the stop jumper in place. So I added a physical wire jumper between stop and ground on the circuit board, and then the exit sensor was too close to the high voltage line that the customer, after the fact, decided to run out to the operator in lieu of a solar panel. And so I had to tweak the sensitivity of the probe detector so that it doesn't pick up the signal from the high voltage line, and turn on the filtration device on that probe detector to eliminate the false detections on triggering the gate to open. I really want to drive this home. A good tech never assumes they are always right. Rely on your experiences, but don't assume they're accurate in every situation. Okay? That will serve you well. It served me well for 20 years. It will serve you well too.